What if I told you that buried within ancient Egyptian wisdom lies a breathing technique so powerful it can dissolve your pain in moments? Not in days, not in hours, but instantly. This isn't some modern wellness trend or new age invention. This is a 5000-year-old secret attributed to Thoth himself, the Egyptian god of wisdom, magic, and healing. The scribe of the gods who held the keys to transformation, and today you're going to learn exactly how to use it. But before we dive into the technique, I need you to understand something crucial. This isn't just another breathing exercise you'll try once and forget. This is a doorway into a completely different way of experiencing your body, your energy, and your relationship with pain itself. Let me ask you something. How much of your day is consumed by pain? Physical pain, emotional pain, the weight of stress that sits on your chest like a stone, the tension that grips your shoulders, the anxiety that keeps you awake at night. Think about it for a moment. Really think about it. How many hours of your life have you lost to discomfort? How many moments of joy have been stolen by that nagging ache in your back, that tightness in your chest, that heaviness in your heart? We've been taught to manage pain, to cope with it, to medicate it, to distract ourselves from it. We've been conditioned to believe that pain is just something we have to live with, that it's an inevitable part of the human experience, that the best we can do is minimize it or numb ourselves to it. But what if everything you've been taught about pain is wrong? What if you could erase it? Not temporarily mask it, but actually release it from your body and energy field. Not suppress it, but transform it at its very source. That's what this ancient technique does. The ancient Egyptians understood something that modern science is only now beginning to rediscover. Your breath is the bridge between your body and your consciousness, between the physical and the energetic, between suffering and liberation. They knew that every cell in your body is listening to your breath. Every nerve, every muscle, every organ responds to the way you breathe. Your breath is the remote control for your entire nervous system, and most people never learn how to use it. Thoth, in the Hermetic texts, revealed that breath is the carrier of life force, what the Egyptians called ka, and what other traditions call prana or chi. This isn't mystical nonsense. This is fundamental wisdom about how energy moves through the human body. When you breathe unconsciously, shallow and erratic, you trap pain in your body. You create pockets of stagnant energy where trauma, tension, and toxicity accumulate. These energetic blockages manifest as physical pain, emotional distress, and mental fog. But when you breathe with intention, following the sacred pattern Thoth encoded in his teachings, you activate your body's natural ability to release what no longer serves you. You become the alchemist of your own experience, transforming lead into gold, suffering into wisdom, pain into power. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds too simple. How can something as basic as breathing eliminate pain that I've been dealing with for years, maybe even decades? Here's the truth. The most powerful tools are often the simplest. Complexity is the enemy of transformation. The reason this technique works is precisely because it's so fundamental, so primal, so deeply wired into your biology that your body recognizes it instantly and responds. This isn't about adding something new to your life. It's about remembering something ancient, something you've always known but forgotten. It's about reclaiming a power that's been yours all along. So let's get into the technique itself. This practice has 4 phases, and each phase is precisely calibrated to work with your body's natural rhythms. These 4 phases mirror the 4 sons of Horus, the 4 cardinal directions, the 4 elements of creation, and the 4 chambers of the heart. Everything in ancient Egyptian wisdom was built on the foundation of sacred numbers and sacred geometry. Nothing was arbitrary. Every count, every breath, every visualization was chosen for a specific purpose, backed by thousands of years of experimentation and observation. Phase 1. The inhale of awareness. 4 counts. Close your eyes. This is important because when you close your eyes, you shift your attention from the external world to your internal landscape. You move from doing to being. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. This allows energy to flow freely through your central channel, your sushumna, the pathway along your spine, where life force travels. If you're slouched or collapsed, you're literally crimping the hose through which your energy flows. Now, breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Not rushed, not forced, but slow and deliberate. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you do this, bring your full awareness to where you feel pain in your body. This is critical. Don't judge it, don't resist it, don't try to push it away. Simply acknowledge it, become curious about it. Notice its shape, its temperature, its quality, its texture. Does it feel sharp or dull, hot or cold? Does it pulse or is it constant? Is it the size of a pinpoint or does it spread across a region? This is the breath of awareness. You're saying to your body, I see you, I feel you, I'm here with you. This might seem small, but it's revolutionary. Most people spend their entire lives running away from their pain, and the act of running away is what keeps the pain locked in place. The moment you turn toward your pain with awareness and compassion, you've already begun the healing process. You've shifted from victim to witness, from powerless to present. Phase 2, the hold of transformation. 7 counts. Now, hold your breath gently for 7 counts. Don't strain, don't clench, just hold. This is crucial, and here's why. In the Hermetic tradition, 7 is the number of completion and transformation. It's the number of chakras, the 7 energy centers along your spine. It's the number of heavens in ancient cosmology. It's the number of days in creation, the number of notes in a musical scale, the number of colors in a rainbow. 7 represents wholeness, cycles completed, potential actualized. When you hold for 7 counts, you're giving your body time to recalibrate, to reorganize, to integrate the awareness you just brought in. During this hold, and this is where the magic really happens, visualize golden light entering the area of pain. See it like liquid sunlight, intelligent and healing, surrounding every cell where you feel discomfort. This isn't just imagination. Modern science has shown that visualization activates the same neural pathways as actual physical experience. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what you vividly imagine and what you physically experience. So when you visualize healing light, you're literally sending signals to your cells to reorganize, to release, to heal. This light is your Kafor energy, your life force responding to your command. You're not begging your body to heal. You're not hoping it might get better. You're directing your consciousness like a laser beam into the exact place where transformation is needed. You're not fighting the pain. This is essential to understand. You're not at war with your body. You're transforming the pain with consciousness, with presence, with love. You're befriending it, understanding it, and then consciously choosing to let it go. Phase 3, the exhale of release. 8 counts. Now, exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make it longer than your inhale. This is key. As you do this, imagine all the pain, all the tension, all the darkness, all the stagnant energy leaving your body as a dark smoke or mist. See it flowing out of you completely, dissolving into the universe where it's neutralized and recycled. Nothing is ever destroyed, it's only transformed. The universe takes your pain and transmutes it into something else. You're not dumping your pain into the world, you're releasing it to be composted, to be broken down into its component parts and used as fertilizer for new growth. Make this exhale powerful but controlled. Feel your diaphragm contracting, your belly pulling in, your chest deflating. Push every last bit of stagnant energy out of your system, empty yourself completely. This is the breath of release. You're commanding your body, I release you. You are free to go. You're exercising your sovereignty, your divine authority over your own energy field. Most people hold on to pain because they're afraid of what might happen if they let it go. They've identified with their suffering for so long that it's become part of their identity. But you're not your pain. You never were. You're the awareness that experiences pain, and you can choose to experience something else. Phase 4, the pause of integration. 4 counts. Hold your breath out, lungs empty, for 4 counts. This is the sacred pause, the moment of death and rebirth that happens in every breath cycle, the space between what was and what will be. In yogic tradition, this is called Bahaya Kumbhaka, the external retention. It's the moment of maximum surrender, maximum trust. Your lungs are empty, your body wants to breathe, but you pause. You rest in the void. In this pause, feel the emptiness, the relief, the spaciousness, the new space you've created in your body and energy field. This is where healing happens, in the space between breaths, in the gap between thoughts, in the silence between words. Notice what's different, notice what's changed, notice the subtle shift in sensation, in energy, in awareness. Don't rush to fill the space with the next breath. Trust the pause. Trust the emptiness. Then, when the 4 counts are complete, begin again. Inhale for 4, hold for 7. Exhale for 8, hold empty for 4. Repeat this cycle at least 7 times. 7 complete rounds of the 4-fold breath. Why 7? Because you're working with the same principle of completion and transformation. Each round takes you deeper, releases more, transforms more. The pattern is 4, 7, 8, 4. Inhale for 4 counts, hold with full lungs for 7 counts. Exhale for 8 counts, hold with empty lungs for 4 counts. Let me walk you through what might happen as you practice this. In the first round or 2, you might not feel much. You might be distracted, your mind might wander. You might doubt whether it's working. That's normal. Keep going. By the 3rd or 4th round, you'll start to notice something shifting. Maybe the pain softens slightly. Maybe you feel warmth spreading through the area. Maybe you notice tingling or a sense of energy moving. These are all signs that trapped energy is beginning to mobilize. By rounds 5, 6, and 7, you might experience profound shifts. Some people report that pain they've had for years completely dissolves. Others feel waves of emotion, releasing tears, laughter, deep sighs. Others feel a profound sense of peace and spaciousness they haven't experienced in a long time. Don't stop when you feel these sensations. These are signs that the technique is working. The energy needs to move through and out. If you stop too early, you're interrupting the process. Keep breathing through it. Stay with it. Trust it. As you practice, you may feel tingling, warmth, lightness, or emotional release. You might feel energy moving up your spine or spreading through your limbs. You might see colors or images behind your closed eyelids. All of this is normal and positive. You might also feel temporary discomfort as blocked energy begins to move. This is called a healing crisis. It's like when you start cleaning out a closet, things get messier before they get cleaner. If this happens, it's actually a good sign. It means the technique is working at a deep level. Don't stop, breathe through it. Now, here's what's fascinating from a scientific perspective, because I know some of you want to understand the mechanism behind this. Modern research now validates what Thoth taught millennia ago, and it's remarkable how precisely ancient wisdom aligns with cutting-edge neuroscience. Controlled breathing, especially with specific patterns, like the one we're using, activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural relaxation response, sometimes called the rest and digest system. This is the opposite of your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response. When you're in pain, your sympathetic nervous system is activated. Your body thinks it's under threat, so it tenses up, releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and creates a cascade of inflammatory responses. This creates a vicious cycle where pain triggers stress, stress amplifies pain, and the cycle continues. But when you engage in controlled breathing with this specific pattern, you flip the switch. You activate your vagus nerve, the main nerve of your parasympathetic system, which runs from your brain through your chest and abdomen. This nerve is like the master control panel for relaxation and healing. As your vagus nerve activates, several things happen simultaneously. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure decreases, your muscles relax, your digestive system activates. But most importantly, your brain begins to shift its wave patterns. When you're stressed or in pain, your brain is dominated by beta waves, which are fast, agitated waves associated with anxiety and overthinking. As you practice this breath technique, your brain shifts into alpha waves, which are slower and associated with relaxed awareness, and eventually into theta waves, which are associated with deep meditation, creativity, and healing. In theta state, your brain releases endorphins, your body's natural painkillers, which are actually more powerful than morphine. Your immune system becomes more active, your body's natural healing mechanisms kick into high gear, inflammation decreases, cellular repair accelerates. The specific pattern of this breath, longer exhale than inhale, is particularly powerful because it signals to your nervous system that it's safe to let go. When you're in danger, your breathing is short and shallow with quick inhales. But when you're safe and relaxed, your exhale is longer than your inhale. So by consciously making your exhale longer, you're literally telling your nervous system, we're safe now, you can relax, you can release. The holds are equally important. The 7-count hold with full lungs allows oxygen to saturate your blood more completely. The 4-count hold with empty lungs allows carbon dioxide to build slightly, and here's why that matters. Carbon dioxide is what tells your red blood cells to release oxygen into your tissues. It's called the Bohr effect. So by holding your breath out, you're actually improving oxygen delivery to your cells, which sounds counterintuitive but is scientifically proven. Your tissues become more oxygenated, your cells function more efficiently, and healing accelerates. But the ancient wisdom goes even deeper than physiology. The visualization, the intention, the sacred counts, these engage your consciousness as an active participant in healing. You're not just breathing mechanically, you're directing life force with precision, with purpose, with power. This is the difference between exercise and practice. Exercise is mechanical, practice is conscious. Exercise works on the physical level, practice works on every level simultaneously. Physical, energetic, emotional, mental, and spiritual. You're not just breathing, you're performing a ritual, a ceremony of healing and transformation that's been refined over thousands of years by some of the wisest beings who ever walked the earth. So when should you use this technique? The answer is anytime you need it. Use it when physical pain strikes, whether it's a headache, back pain, muscle tension, or chronic conditions. Use it during moments of emotional overwhelm, when anxiety is rising, when anger is boiling, when sadness feels too heavy to bear. Use it before important events to calm your nervous system and bring yourself into a state of centered presence. Use it after conflict to release anger and resentment before they calcify into bitterness. Use it at night when sleep evades you, when your mind is racing and your body won't settle. Use it anytime you feel disconnected from your body, anytime you feel like you're floating in your head, anytime you need to ground yourself back into physical presence. Make it a daily practice, not just an emergency tool. The more you practice when you're not in acute pain, the more effective it becomes when you need it most. You're training your nervous system, creating new neural pathways, building new habits of consciousness. Here's what Thoth really wanted us to understand, and this is the deepest teaching. Pain isn't your enemy, it's a messenger. It's your body's way of saying, pay attention, something needs to shift here. Pain is information. It's your body's alarm system, telling you that something is out of balance, that some part of you needs attention, care, or transformation. The problem isn't the pain itself. The problem is that we've been taught to silence the alarm instead of addressing what triggered it. When you use this breath technique, you're not suppressing the messenger, you're not shooting the messenger, you're receiving the message, honoring it, thanking it for alerting you, and then consciously choosing to transform the energy behind it. This is a completely different relationship with pain. Instead of being a victim of pain, you become its student. Instead of pain being something that happens to you, it becomes something that teaches you, guides you, shows you where you need to grow. Think about it. Physical pain often points to physical imbalances, posture, movement patterns, nutrition, rest. Emotional pain points to unprocessed feelings, unmet needs, unexpressed truths. Mental pain points to limiting beliefs, thought patterns that no longer serve you, stories you're telling yourself that aren't true. Pain is the beginning of wisdom if you know how to listen to it, and this breath technique is how you listen. You bring consciousness to the pain, you dialogue with it through your breath, and you discover what it's trying to tell you. Here's a profound truth that might change everything. Pain can only exist where there's resistance, where there's holding, where there's contraction, where breath and awareness don't flow freely. Pain is frozen energy, it's stuck, it's dense, it's blocked. When energy flows freely, there's no pain. There might be sensation, there might be intensity, but there's no suffering. Suffering happens when we resist what is, when we contract against our experience, when we try to push away what's already here. The moment you bring conscious breath to pain, with the sacred pattern, with the sacred pattern, with the sacred patterns, you dissolve the energetic structure that was holding it in place. You thaw the frozen energy, you open the dam, you allow what was stuck to flow again. This is why the technique works so quickly for some people. They're not healing years of damage in 7 breaths. They're releasing years of resistance in 7 breaths. The pain was never as solid as they thought it was. It was held in place by unconscious patterns of tension and resistance, and the moment those patterns are consciously released, the pain goes with them. The ancient Egyptians knew that humans are far more powerful than we've been taught to believe. We've been conditioned into helplessness, taught to look outside ourselves for healing, for answers, for salvation. But the truth is that everything you need is already inside you. Thoth's teachings remind us that we have everything we need within us. We are the healers we've been waiting for. We are the ones with the power to transform our experience, not doctors, not therapists, not pizzas, not procedures, though all of these can play a supporting role. But the primary agent of healing is you, your consciousness, your breath, your intention, your presence. This breath technique is your birthright. It's not something you have to earn or deserve or be special enough to access. It's yours simply because you're human, because you have a body, and you breathe. It's been preserved for 5,000 years, passed down through mystery schools and sacred texts, waiting for this moment, waiting for you to reclaim it, and now you have it, now you know it. Now the question is, will you use it? So right now, wherever you are, I want you to do something. Place one hand on your heart. Feel it beating. That heart has been beating since before you were born, without you ever having to think about it, without you ever having to try. It beats approximately 100,000 times a day, 3 billion times in an average lifetime, and it never takes a break. It's been there for you every single moment of your existence. Take a deep breath, feel your lungs expand. Those lungs take in approximately 20,000 breaths a day, moving about 11,000 liters of air, and they do it automatically. But right now, you're taking conscious control. You're saying to your body, I'm here, I'm present, I'm with you. And remember, you are not a victim of your pain. You never were. You are the master of your energy. You are the alchemist of your experience. You are the one who decides what stays and what goes, what transforms and what remains the same. Try this technique today, right now, if you can, just 7 rounds. It takes less than 5 minutes, and notice what shifts. Don't expect miracles, but don't be surprised if miracles happen. Stay open, stay curious, stay present. And if it works, when it works, share it. This wisdom was never meant to be hoarded. It was meant to be spread, to be used, to be passed on. Help someone else discover their power to heal. Help someone else remember their sovereignty over their own energy. The wisdom of Thoth lives in your breath, and your liberation is just one conscious inhale away. It's always been there, waiting for you. Every breath you've ever taken has been an opportunity for transformation, but most of those breaths happened unconsciously, mechanically, automatically. But not anymore. Now you know. Now you remember. Now you have a choice. Breathe, transform, be free. Remember, this technique is complementary to, not a replacement for, medical treatment. For chronic or severe pain, always consult healthcare professionals. This is a tool for empowerment, not a substitute for proper medical care. Use wisdom, use discernment, use everything available to you on your healing journey. But know this, you have more power than you've been taught. You have more capacity than you've been told. You have more magic in your breath than you could possibly imagine. And that magic is yours to claim, right now, in this moment. The ancient ones did their part. They preserved the wisdom, they passed it down, they protected it through ages of darkness and suppression. Now it's your turn. Use it, embody it, live it. And in doing so, you honor not just Thoth, but the entire lineage of healers and wisdom keepers who made sure this knowledge survived until this very moment, when you would need it most.